I was doing, meeting girls, dating in the U.S. And mom had just come back from India, and she's like, oh, I went to a cricket match and I met a nice girl, and I was like, whatever, mom. I'm not really gonna talk to someone in India, I don't think that'll work. And she's just like, just message her, see, maybe you'll connect.
We had all come to watch an IPL match. I later saw she clicked my chupke se pictures, side se, and they were like the most hideous pictures we've ever seen.
From there I started looking at her Facebook, and it was Game of Thrones, How I Met Your Mother, all the shows that I like. And so I was like, let me just message her and kind of see where this goes.
And then she was like, even I saw Game of Thrones on his page. I think we can work out.
I think from the first message that Divya and I shared, it just clicked. Like, I'm someone that's big on having personality, communication, doing all those things. So from Facebook, we went over to WhatsApp.
He had watched more Bollywood movies than me. He heard more Bollywood songs than me. He knew more about the, stars and stuff. But that was that was the extent of his knowledge about India. Because he's not been here for 13 years now. But it was interesting because, I was talking to somebody who had an imagination about the country I live in.
And then they met in person in London. So then everything started from there.
That was my first visit to London. So I was full of, energy, and I was really peppy. So that I was not nervous at all.
And to my surprise, we're at Paddington Station meeting the first time. And she's like, come on, let's go. We're going to Harrods, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no awkwardness at all, nothing. We just picked up our WhatsApp conversation and did it in person. And we took this train ride next to sort of a snooty British couple, and she talked the whole train. And I loved it.
ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਪੱਤਰਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਪੜ ਕੇ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੰਝੂ ਇੱਕ ਡੁੱਲਿਆ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਬੰਦ ਸੀ ਐ ਰਾਜ਼ ਅੱਜ ਖੁੱਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਿਨ ਐ ਮੇਰੇ ਹੰਝੂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹਣਾ.
When Rahul and Divya first were initially talking, and he was getting to really be excited about getting to know her, he was also talking to another girl in DC. And he said, I would come home from that date and I would be like, why did I go on that date? All I want to do is come home and talk to Divya and give her a call and see what she's doing. And I was like, well, that in itself gives you your answer. It's not who you have, it's who you want to talk to.
After his brother, the second day of his brother's visit was the day I thought, yes, this is it. This is the guy for me. I can live with him.
ਸਕੂਨ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਜੋ ਨਖਰਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਿਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਭਣਾ.
So the story behind Rahul and Divya
Very important.
is like a Bollywood movie. Like both his mom and her from the same hometown, two different people saying you shouldn't talk to this girl.
Very different worlds.
9,000 miles away. It is a story that you couldn't write if it wasn't really scripted, but yet it still happened.
I think a lot of things had to align for us to sort of get the ability to talk. And then once we got to talking, nothing could stop us because we can talk about anything and everything all day.
जिंदुआ